Chinese Fables. Table of Contents.
Chinese Fables. Has anyone ever said to you, "You have ants in your pants"? What does that mean? Yes, it means you can't sit still. Did you ever hear someone say, "Who let the cat out of the bag"? What does that mean? Yes, it means who gave the secret away. Of course, you don't really have ants in your pants, and no one really let a cat out of the bag. These funny sayings are called idioms. Now, if someone came up to you and said, "One rice, 1,000 gold," you would think this is very strange. It's a Chinese saying or idiom. Children in China use it all the time. Chinese sayings or idioms put a whole story or fable into just 4 words. The story or fable helps everyone remember what the 4 words mean. These old Chinese fables will take you to a world very different from today. You will read about dragons that fly and kings that rule the land. The wisest men and women in China know these sayings or idioms by heart. After reading these fables, you will be wise too.
Drawdragon.eyes. An old Chinese fable. Retold by Ellen N. Ching. Illustrated by Xiao Huan Li and Peachy Dodds. Animated by Rick Lin and Chen Pei. Sung Yao had a secret. He could paint a picture and make it come alive.
This happened only when the picture was finished.
Sung Yao loved to paint dragons. He left out their eyes because he didn't want them to come alive. In this way, his secret stayed a secret. The king heard that Sung Yao was good at painting dragons. He asked Sung Yao to paint 4 dragons on a wall. In 3 days, the painting was almost finished. The dragons looked like they could jump off the wall. They didn't jump because Sung Yao had left out their eyes. People came from far away to see the paintings. The dragons look so real, they said. But where are their eyes? They asked. If I dotted the eyes, the dragons would fly away, said Sung Yao. Everyone laughed. No one believed him. Sung Yao was not happy. This time, he would not leave out the eyes. He painted little black dots on 2 of the dragons.
Crash! Crack! The wall split open. The 2 dragons jumped off the wall.
Sung Yao went on to become a very famous artist with a very famous secret.
In China, when someone adds a finishing touch to a work, people might say, "Drawdragon.eyes."
画龙点睛 Draw dragon.eyes.
The end. Dung Shi copies eyebrows.
An old Chinese fable.
Retold by Ellen N. Ching. Illustrated by Peachy Dodds. Animated by Peachy Dodds. She was beautiful. She was more beautiful than the sun peeking over the hills in the east. She was more beautiful than a pearl. She was the most beautiful girl in the world. She was very kind and helped everyone. When she saw a sad person, she put her hand over her heart and bent her eyebrows. Little wrinkles showed around her eyes. When she walked by, people bowed down and said, "What a beautiful girl! She is so kind." She had a beautiful, kind heart. There was another girl named Dung. "I'm not very beautiful," said Dung as she looked into the mirror. Dung wanted to be beautiful like She. Dung had an idea. "I will copy the way She looks. Then people will say that I am beautiful too." So Dung put her hand over her heart and bent her eyebrows. When people saw Dung they said, "What a foolish girl! She is only pretending to be kind." No one said that Dung was beautiful. What made She so beautiful? The kindness deep inside her heart made her beautiful. Dung copied She's eyebrows and wrinkles, but her heart was not really kind. In China, if you see someone poorly imitating another person, you might say, "Dung copies eyebrows."
The end.
东施效颦 Dung she copies eyebrows.
Ye Gong loves dragons. An old Chinese fable.
Retold by Ellen N. Ching. Illustrated by Xiaohuan Li. Animated by Rick Lin. Ye Gong loved dragons. He loved to read about dragons. He loved to think about dragons. Ye Gong loved dragons more than the desert loves rain. He loved dragons more than a puppy loves to play. Ye Gong's house was full of dragons. He even had dragons on his pajamas. Ye Gong wanted to see a real dragon. He wished he could count the bumps on a dragon's tail.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7
A real dragon heard about Ye Gong's wish. The dragon hopped onto a cloud and floated down to meet Ye Gong. The dragon poked his nose into the bedroom window. His tail curled around the house and hit the door. asked Ye Gong. He ran to the door and saw the dragon's tail. He ran to the bedroom and saw the dragon's nose. Ye Gong was afraid. He hid under his bed. He shut his eyes until the dragon went away. Ye Gong still loves dragons. He loves to read about them. He loves to think about them. But Ye Gong never wants to see a real dragon again.
In China, one might say, Ye Gong loves dragons, to remind us of this story. Did you ever get something you really wanted, only to find out it wasn't as good as you expected?
The end.
叶公好龙 Ye Gong loves dragons.
1 rice, 1,000 gold. An old Chinese fable. Retold by Ellen N. Ching. Illustrated by Peachy Dodds. Animated by Peachy Dodds.
Han Xin was a very poor boy. His family had nothing to eat. Every day, Han Xin went to the river to fish. He sat and sat, but there were no fish. One day, a few women were washing clothes in the river. One old woman looked at Han Xin. "That boy is as skinny as the stick in his hand," she said. The old woman walked over to Han Xin. "You look hungry. Please eat this bowl of rice," she said. Han Xin bowed down. "Thank you," he said. Every day after that, the old woman gave Han Xin a bowl of rice. "I will find a way to pay you back," said Han Xin. When Han Xin grew up, he became brave and kind. He helped everyone. The people loved him so much that they made him king. Han Xin and his family now had all the food they wanted. But Han Xin never forgot his promise to the old woman. He looked far and wide to find her. At last, Han Xin found the old woman. He took her to his palace. Han Xin bowed down. "I promised I would pay you back someday. Please take these 1,000 pieces of gold," he said. He gave the old woman a bowl filled with gold. "Thank you for the gold," said the old woman, "but you've already paid me back by becoming a strong and kind man." In China, when someone repays another person's kindness with a rich reward, you might say, "1 rice, 1,000 gold."
一饭千金 1 rice 1,000 gold.
The end. Morning 3, Night 4. An old Chinese fable. Retold by Ellen N. Ching. Illustrated by Xiaohuan Li. Animated by Jing Lily.
There once was a man who lived with monkeys. He played with monkeys. He even talked to monkeys. The man loved the monkeys and treated them like his own children. That's why he was called Papa Monkey. Every day, Papa Monkey fed bananas to his monkeys. He fed them in the morning and at night. One day, Papa Monkey almost ran out of bananas.
He called his monkeys together.
"I'm sorry," he said, "but I can only give you 3 bananas in the morning and 4 bananas at night." "Only 3 bananas in the morning," cried the monkeys. "We want more." Papa Monkey had an idea. "I will give you 4 bananas in the morning and 3 at night. How about that?" he said. The monkeys yelled with joy, "4 bananas in the morning! That is much better." They kissed Papa Monkey. What is 3 plus 4?
What is 4 plus 3?
The monkeys got the same 7 bananas a day. They were just too silly to see it.
Big winner!
In China, when someone keeps changing their mind, you might say, "Morning 3, night 4."
朝三暮四 Morning 3, night 4.
The end.
Cup, bow, snake, reflection.
An old Chinese fable. Retold by Ellen N. Ching. Illustrated by Jing Lily. Animated by Jing Lily.
Did you ever drink snake tea? Wang Gung did. One sunny day, Wang Gung visited his friend. He sat down and his friend gave him a cup of tea. Wang Gung looked in his cup. Something was wiggling inside. "There is a snake in my tea," he said to himself. Wang Gung's tummy did a little flip-flop. He didn't want to hurt his friend's feelings, so he drank every drop of the tea. The next day, Wang Gung felt sick. His tummy felt like it was doing cartwheels. His face was as green as a tree. Wang Gung visited his friend again. "There was a snake in my tea yesterday," said Wang Gung. "That can't be," said his friend. Wang Gung's friend took a cup of tea and sat in the same chair. Something was wiggling inside the cup of tea. Quickly, his friend spun around in the chair. Now I see what made the snake appear, he said. What did he see? There was a bow on the wall behind the chair. The bow's reflection wiggled in the tea just like a snake. Wang Gong didn't feel sick anymore, but he did feel a little silly. In China, when a person is worrying about silly things that are not real, you might say cup, bow, snake, reflection.
杯弓蛇影 Cup bow snake reflection.
The end.